You've probably heard that magnesium is great for sleep, for calming your nerves, even for protecting your heart. And like many people over 60, you might believe that taking it daily is the right thing to do. But here's what most people have never been warned about. Magnesium, when taken the wrong way, can quietly sabotage your nervous system, disrupt your heartbeat, and leave you feeling drained even when you think you're doing everything right. The problem isn't magnesium itself. It's that your body, especially at this age, no longer processes magnesium like it used to. And when too much builds up and can't be flushed out properly, it starts sending warning signs, subtle signs, easy to miss signs. In today's video, you'll discover 6 of the most overlooked but dangerous symptoms that reveal you may be taking too much magnesium. Even the gentle types like magnesium glycinate. Signs that, for many people, only become obvious when they end up in the ER with heart rhythm issues, confusion, or blood pressure crashes. We'll begin with the earliest signs, the ones that often go unnoticed, then move into more serious symptoms that tend to appear later on, especially if you keep ignoring the warnings or if your kidneys aren't functioning well. If you're currently taking magnesium for sleep, stress, or muscle recovery, this is one video you can't afford to skip, because that last symptom we'll cover, if spotted in time, might be the only thing that saves you from a dangerous health crisis. Before we begin, if you find this video valuable, please take a second to like and subscribe. Just one simple click can help someone else, just like you, spot the danger before it's too late. You might be taking magnesium for all the right reasons: to sleep better, to ease muscle cramps, or to calm your nerves. But what if your body has already started sending you subtle warnings, and you've been brushing them off? Let's begin with the most common, yet often overlooked, early sign: diarrhea or loose stools. You might think, isn't magnesium supposed to help with digestion? And you'd be right, especially forms like magnesium oxide or citrate. These types are poorly absorbed and pull water into your intestines, which is why they're often used as natural laxatives. In such cases, loose stools may be expected and not necessarily dangerous. But here's the catch. If you're taking magnesium glycinate, a form specifically designed to be gentle on the gut and easily absorbed, and you suddenly begin experiencing diarrhea, something's not right. This isn't just a harmless side effect. It's possibly your body's first cry for help. When magnesium builds up beyond what your kidneys can process, even the most gut-friendly form can start irritating the intestinal lining. This irritation disrupts your digestion and may signal that your magnesium levels are creeping into the danger zone. So what should you do? First, stop taking magnesium, especially if you're not using a laxative form. Drink enough water, but avoid overhydration, and observe if symptoms improve. And if the issue continues, seek medical advice, particularly if you've never had digestive problems before. Because when diarrhea is the first knock, the next sign might slam the door open. If you're still watching and finding this helpful, consider tapping the like button or leaving a quick comment. It may seem small, but your action could help someone, maybe even someone you care about, spot a sign they've been missing. Now picture this. You wake up one morning. You're not particularly hungry, but your mouth tastes off. There's a strange queasiness lingering in your gut, low, quiet, boiky, but persistent. No fever, no stomach pain, but something just feels wrong. And what you might never suspect is this: the magnesium supplement you've been taking for better sleep may actually be the cause. We often associate magnesium with comfort, sound sleep, less anxiety, smoother muscle recovery. But what if too much of it begins to quietly burden your system? Starting with your digestive tract, that's when your body's second brain, The enteric nervous system speaks up. It doesn't scream. It whispers through an unexplained, creeping nausea. It says, "I'm overwhelmed." What makes this even more concerning is when you're taking magnesium glycinate, the gentlest form, designed to be easy on the stomach. If it suddenly starts making you feel nauseous, that's no longer a coincidence. It's a red flag. Your blood magnesium may be creeping too high. Here's why. Once magnesium levels pass the threshold, they can irritate the lining of your gut, triggering your enteric nervous system. That signal travels up to your brain and activates a nausea reflex. If the levels continue rising, nausea can quickly turn into vomiting, your body's last-ditch effort to expel the excess. And if you have compromised kidneys even mildly, the risk multiplies. The kidneys are your main magnesium filters. When they slow down, even modest daily supplementation can quietly push you into toxicity. If your body starts signaling like this, especially nausea without an obvious cause, pause your supplement immediately. Stay hydrated, but don't overdo it. Most importantly, listen to your body. No one can do that better than you. Because sometimes catching one quiet symptom like mild nausea might be exactly what saves you from a cascade of hidden dangers still to come. You're still with me, and that means you care deeply about your health. So let me ask you something. Have you ever walked into a room and suddenly forgotten why you came in, or stared at a sentence and read it twice, only to realize you still don't know what it said? These moments might seem ordinary, but sometimes they're not just age or distraction. They're your brain waving a quiet red flag. We often expect magnesium to sharpen our focus, to soothe the nerves, to clear the mental fog that sometimes comes with aging. And it usually does, at least at first. But what if the same magnesium that once gave you clarity is now the reason your mind feels cloudy? Here's the paradox. Too much magnesium can slow down your brain's electrical activity subtly, silently. Your neurons fire more slowly. Your reaction time lags. The clarity you once enjoyed begins to fade. It's like trying to think clearly while underwater. Everything feels muffled and distant. Maybe you've noticed it. You pause more in conversations, forget familiar names, struggle to recall why you opened a drawer. It's not Alzheimer's. It's not stress. It's your body quietly saying, "This is too much." When magnesium builds up in the bloodstream, it doesn't just affect your gut or muscles, it reaches your central nervous system. That's when brain fog becomes real, not metaphorical, not imagined. Real chemical disruption. So what can you do? First, trace it back. Did the fog roll in after increasing your dosage? After switching to daily supplements? If yes, pause. Give your body space to recalibrate. Then speak with your doctor. Ask for a magnesium blood test. It's simple. It's fast. And it could give you the clarity you've been searching for. A helpful tip. Try pulsing your intake. 3 weeks on, 1 week off. This gives your kidneys time to flush out the excess, keeping your mind clear and your body balanced. Because your focus, your memory, your mind, they're precious. Don't let the very thing meant to protect them be what quietly dims their light. But what if this isn't the final warning? What if the next symptom is no longer about your mind, but your heart? Stay with me. The next sign may hit closer to home than you expect. Let me ask you something gently. Have your legs been feeling heavier lately? Like even climbing a few stairs leaves you winded. Like your body is dragging itself through the day, even after a full night's sleep. If so, you may be facing something many older adults never suspect: muscle weakness caused by too much magnesium. Yes, magnesium, the mineral we often trust to relax our muscles, support recovery, and improve mobility, can actually backfire if taken in excess. Sounds backward, doesn't it? We take magnesium to feel energized and prevent cramps. But here's the hidden danger when your blood magnesium levels rise too high. It begins to interfere with calcium channels, the very signals that tell your nerves and muscles how to function. When those signals are blocked, the spark that powers your movement starts to fade. And instead of feeling relaxed, your body feels sluggish, unstable, and unnaturally tired. Everyday tasks become unexpectedly difficult. Getting out of a chair feels like lifting your whole body weight. Carrying groceries drains you. Even brushing your hair might make your arm tremble. And the worst part isn't just the fatigue itself, it's the quiet fear that your strength is slipping away. But this isn't just normal aging. It's a warning, and the good news is, it's one we can act on. So what can you do? Start by noticing when the fatigue sets in. Does it align with increasing your magnesium dose, especially forms like magnesium glycinate or citrate? If yes, consider lowering your dosage or taking a break. And please speak to your doctor, especially if you have kidney issues, because impaired kidneys may struggle to eliminate excess magnesium. Here's a tip: try spacing out your intake, perhaps taking it only in the morning and not daily. And stay hydrated just enough to help your kidneys flush out what they don't need. Because your strength is your freedom, and no supplement is worth risking that. But what worries me more is that your muscles might not be the final area affected. What happens if this creeping weakness sets the stage for something more serious, like harm to your heart? In the next section, I'll show you a warning sign that's often missed, but can turn dangerous if left unchecked. If you're still watching and finding this information helpful, please comment one below to let me know you're here with me. A simple comment may seem small, but it helps me see you're listening, and it could help this video reach someone who truly needs it. Now ask yourself, have you ever felt lightheaded when standing up? That moment when your vision darkens, your limbs weaken, and you feel like you might collapse. If this happens often, even just for a few seconds, it's time to truly listen to your body. Because this might be an early sign of low blood pressure caused by excess magnesium, a hidden warning far more serious than it seems. Magnesium is often praised as a heart-friendly mineral, known to help lower high blood pressure. But what few people realize is that when consumed in excess, especially through daily, high-dose supplements, it can cause your blood vessels to dilate too much, leading to dangerously low blood pressure. This becomes especially risky for people over 60 or those living with chronic conditions like diabetes or kidney issues. Imagine this: you're pouring a glass of water in the kitchen, and suddenly the room spins, your legs feel unstable, your sight blurs as if a fog has settled in. Those few seconds might seem harmless, but for older adults, they can trigger a dangerous fall, resulting in fractured bones, brain trauma, or weeks of debilitating weakness. The good news is, if caught early and handled wisely, balance can be restored. So, what should you do? Start by observing the signals: dizziness when standing, blurry vision, or a faint feeling. If you're taking magnesium daily, even a gentle form like magnesium glycinate, try lowering the dose or splitting it throughout the day. And importantly, avoid taking magnesium alongside blood pressure medications unless specifically directed by your doctor. You can also begin monitoring your blood pressure each morning, a simple habit that could be life-saving. If your readings frequently dip below 9060 mmHg, it's time to speak to your healthcare provider and reassess your regimen. And if you think this might be the worst it gets, wait for what's next, because the next warning sign doesn't just hint at discomfort. It directly affects your heartbeat and your life itself. Imagine sitting quietly, doing nothing intense, and suddenly your heart starts slowing down, then skips a beat, then jolts back like it's struggling to find its rhythm. In that moment, it's not just unsettling, it's terrifying. You can't help but wonder, what's going wrong inside my body? This is one of the most critical signs of excessive magnesium bradycardia, or an abnormally slow heart rate. By this point, your body isn't just whispering warnings anymore, it's pleading. When magnesium levels become too elevated, especially in those with kidney issues, it starts interfering with your heart's natural electrical signals. Magnesium and calcium compete at the cellular level. And when too much magnesium blocks calcium signaling, the heartbeat loses its steady rhythm. Your pulse may suddenly drop to 40 or 50 beats per minute, or worse, skip beats entirely. You might feel a tightness in your chest, sudden dizziness, shortness of breath, or even feel like you're about to faint. Some people describe the sensation as if their heart takes a break, then slams back into action. This isn't normal fatigue. It's a red flag that your cardiovascular system is under strain. What makes this so dangerous is that many older adults fail to connect these symptoms with magnesium, especially if they're taking a safe form like magnesium glycinate. But even gentle forms can become harmful if they accumulate too much in your body. So, what should you do? If you notice your heart slowing, fluttering, or skipping beats, especially alongside chest pressure or breathlessness, stop your magnesium supplements immediately and consult a doctor to assess your mineral levels and heart function. Don't wait until your system crashes, because what happens next when magnesium reaches the brain can be even more devastating. And you'll want to know what to look for before that point arrives. Have you ever felt like your mind was wrapped in a thick fog? Tasks that once came easily now feel confusing. You walk into a room and forget why. You're reading a paragraph but can't recall the sentence before. Most people chalk this up to aging, but if you're taking magnesium daily, especially magnesium glycinate, this could be your body's way of waving a red flag. When magnesium levels rise beyond what the brain can handle, it begins to slow down nerve signaling. The electrical connections between brain cells start to lag, as if someone flipped your brain into low-power mode. The result? You feel mentally sluggish, lose focus easily, and may even experience light confusion. For older adults, this can feel like a loss of control, and that's often the scariest part. Remember, in normal amounts, magnesium calms the nerves, supports better sleep, and eases stress. But in excess, especially in people with reduced kidney function, it can have the opposite effect, temporarily shutting down parts of the central nervous system. The danger lies in how often this is overlooked. Many seniors simply assume they're just getting old, mistaking this shift for natural aging when in fact, it might be a warning sign of toxicity. So if you or someone you love is becoming unusually forgetful, foggy-headed, or having trouble focusing, especially if they're taking multiple supplements, it's time to review that magnesium intake. Overlapping sources are common in older adults, and they add up faster than expected. Just remember, when your mind begins to dim, it's not always aging. Sometimes it's something that was once helpful now quietly crossing a line. And if you think this is as bad as it gets, just wait for what's coming next. The next symptom isn't just disruptive, it's life-threatening. There are moments when your heart just skips or slows down for a few quiet beats. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't alarm, just a brief silence. But at our age, these moments shouldn't be ignored because they could be your body's final warning before something serious happens. When magnesium builds up too high in the body, it starts interfering with your heart's electrical conduction system. At first, you might notice a slower pulse. Then come the waves of fatigue, shortness of breath, dizziness when standing, or even a fluttering sensation like your heart is hesitating between beating and stopping. The most dangerous part, it often happens silently. especially if you're using a safe form like magnesium glycinate, because you trust it's gentle. You may never think it's silently weakening your heartbeat day by day. In high doses, magnesium competes with calcium in the heart's cellular pathways, blocking the signals that keep your rhythm steady. When that system slows too much, it can lead to bradycardia, irregular beats, or in serious cases, full heart block, particularly in people with kidney issues. So what should you do? If you've been feeling abnormally tired, lightheaded, short of breath, or noticing a slow or irregular pulse, don't wait. Stop taking magnesium supplements immediately. Stay hydrated as long as your doctor allows, and get your blood magnesium and kidney function checked. That gentle pause in your heartbeat, it may be the last whisper before the storm. But catch it early, and you can restore your heart's natural rhythm along with all the precious moments it still has to give. So today, we've uncovered 8 surprising warning signs that your body may be quietly struggling with too much magnesium, from persistent fatigue, nausea, to heart irregularities. Each symptom is a whisper that something may be off balance, and more importantly, they're signs many people overlook until it's too late. If you're over 60, you've likely been told that magnesium is a safe supplement, something gentle, even healing, but as we've seen, even the most trusted remedies can turn dangerous in silence. That's what makes aging so challenging. It's not the big things that hurt us. It's the quiet ones, the small shifts we ignore, the subtle symptoms we chalk up to age. But today, you've taken a step not just toward better health, but toward understanding your body more deeply. And that matters. If this video helped you in any way, please take one small step further. Click the like button, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. It might be the very thing that helps them catch a danger before it escalates. Your support means more than you know. And if you found these signs surprising, wait until you learn which common daily habits may silently worsen your kidney health that's coming soon. So stay tuned, because the best gift we can give ourselves is knowledge.